And did you notice something in the drain this morning? Those strands of hair, they might not just be a coincidence. Most write it off as just getting older, but in epidemiology, this is the first visible sign of organ-level degradation. Beneath your scalp, your cells are facing miniaturization, a process where an organ literally shrinks until it vanishes. The stats are staggering. By age 35, over 66% of American men will see significant thinning. Even more concerning, research links this to the decline of your vascular system and overall cellular vitality. What you see in the mirror is just the tip of the iceberg of a biological crisis occurring within you. You're watching Thanato Lab. We aren't talking about shampoos today, we're diving into cellular engineering. Because hair isn't just dead protein, it's a biological antenna wired into your blood and hormone signals. If you think washing is enough, you're unknowingly allowing the expiration date of your follicles to arrive ahead of schedule. I'm going to show you the silent saboteur, a molecule called DHT that is currently switching off your cell's ability to regenerate. DHT, the system disruptor. Your body produces testosterone, but a specific enzyme converts it into DHT, the most potent enemy of your hair's survival. DHT doesn't just build muscle, it has a high affinity for your scalp follicles, where it begins its mission of decay. Biologically, it binds to receptors and signals the follicle to cut off the supply chain. Once the supply cut, healthy hair begins to shrink, like a massive oak tree having its taproot severed. You'll start to see vellus hair, fine, colorless fuzz that lacks any structural integrity. This is the final warning. Studies suggest that if your genetics make you sensitive to DHT, your hair's resting phase accelerates threefold. But why lose hair at the front while the back remains dense? The answer is encoded in your DNA. Your follicles have different sensitivities. This map was pre-programmed while you were still in the womb. Miniaturization isn't just about size, it's biological regression, where a complex organ reverts to a primitive state. Eventually, the pore is replaced by fibrosis, scar tissue that seals the exit. No hair will ever grow there again. Fibrosis is the point of no return. It's the cellular equivalent of paving over a garden with asphalt. Inhibiting DHT isn't just about vanity, it's about preventing your scalp from becoming a biological wasteland. Medical data shows that intervening during miniaturization has a 90% success rate in hair preservation. But even if you block DHT, if your logistics system fails, all efforts are futile. Ever wondered why high stress causes sudden shedding, the irrigation crisis? I'm talking about microcirculation, the microscopic capillary network that feeds your hair's engine. Your hair follicle is one of the most metabolically active parts of your body. It demands a constant surge of energy. Under stress, your body floods with cortisol, causing these microvessels to constrict instantly. Deprived of blood, the cells enter shock mode, halting growth immediately to conserve life. Research shows that a few hours of restricted flow can signal 10,000 hairs to enter the shedding phase at once. This is why, months after a traumatic event, your hair suddenly falls out in terrifying amounts. But stress isn't the only thing clogging the pipes. Sugar is a massive architectural threat. High blood sugar makes your blood viscous and damages vessel walls. Your hair becomes a tree in a drought. If your scalp feels cold or looks pale, your irrigation system is collapsing. Once the blood supply fails, the next stage is tissue hardening. The glycation trap. This is glycation. When sugar molecules bind to collagen proteins, causing them to lose their functional shape. Collagen that should be flexible becomes as rigid as plastic, strangling the follicle. Stats show individuals with high HbA1c levels see a rapid decline in scalp thickness and hair density. A scalp that feels tight and immobile is the result of years of accumulated sugar damage. The terrifying truth. Glycation is mostly irreversible. It's like frying an egg, you can't unfry it. As the foundation hardens, the stem cells responsible for new hair evacuate or expire. Cutting sugar isn't just about your waste, it's about the biological youth of your roots. If you think sugar is bad, the stem cell bank is about to hit its expiration date. PIA RT4, when the stem cell bank closes. Inside every follicle is a tiny vault called the bulge, the sanctuary for your stem cells. These cells are your spare parts. They wake up every time a hair sheds to build a new one. The problem, they have a limit. It's a biological law known as the Hayflick limit. Research suggests that chronic inflammaging, accelerates the depletion of these precious cells. Once these stem cells are spent, the follicle loses its regenerative power forever. A completely smooth scalp is the sign that the stem cell bank has declared bankruptcy. But here's the breakthrough. Scientists found we might be able to reawaken dormant stem cells. Technologies like LLLT act like a biological jumpstart, re-energizing the mitochondria. However, protecting your current stem cell count is far more effective than trying to revive them. And the most aggressive attacker in the modern age, it's floating in the air right now, molecular pollutants. PM 2.5 particles are small enough to infiltrate your pores directly. These toxins generate free radicals that launch a direct assault on your DNA. City dwellers have higher levels of TGF-beta1, a protein that acts as an execution signal for hair. When this protein activates, it orders the hair cells to stop dividing and initiate programmed cell death. That itchy, burning sensation in high smog areas, that's your cells screaming under chemical stress. Pollution also disrupts your microbiome, the indigenous bacteria that protect your scalp. With the natural shield gone, malicious fungi trigger inflammation, further choking the roots. Washing your hair to remove pollutants isn't just hygiene, it's biological preservation. I've shown you how the forest collapses, now let's restore the ecosystem. The key is soil remediation, returning your scalp to a state of rich fertility. Biotin and zinc provide the raw materials needed to weave a strong keratin structure. New studies highlight plant-based extracts that inhibit the 5-alpha reductase enzyme, the one that creates DHT. Mechanical stimulation, proper scalp massage, can trigger mechanotransduction, forcing cells to grow thicker. The secret isn't in expensive bottles, it's in understanding the biological rhythm of your cells. When blood flows, sugar drops, and pollution is cleared, even exhausted roots can spark back to life. Everything starts with knowledge and choosing what's best for the ecosystem inside you. Because your hair is the most visible bioindicator of your biological age. At a molecular level, keratin is a protein cable held together by sulfur bonds. It demands quality fuel. Brittle, snapping hair tells us your body is in a resource deficit. Your body prioritizes vital organs first. Your hair is the last to receive supplies from the supply chain. If your hair is vibrant, it means your body has a resource surplus. You are at peak performance. Restoration doesn't happen overnight. It takes 3 to 6 months to sync with the hair growth cycle. Stats confirm that those who maintain consistency see 5 times better results than those who are erratic. Don't buy into miracle cures. No biology can turn a desert into a forest in 3 days. Trust the science, trust the cellular mechanisms perfected over millions of years. When we take care of the cause, the beautiful effect follows naturally. Here is your recovery map. Step 1. Reduce the fire of inflammation. Eating anti-inflammatory foods like omega-3s is like building a firewall for your roots. These compounds lower cytokines, the biological messengers that trigger hair loss. Next, balance hormones through exercise to prevent excessive DHT conversion. Most importantly, manage stress to keep those irrigation channels open. Every second you relax is a second your follicles get to breathe. Biology doesn't need miracles. It just needs the optimal environment to do its job. Remember, the hair you see today is the result of what you did 3 months ago. And the hair you'll see in 3 months depends on what you start doing right now. Science gives us choices, it's up to you to take them. We study degradation not to fear it, but to outsmart it. Because inside every cell, there's a code for regeneration waiting to be triggered. As long as the pore isn't sealed, hope remains. Why fight so hard for our hair? It's not just vanity, it's hacking time at a visual level. Thick hair is a biosignal to the world that your body still has excess resources and vitality. Data shows high hair density directly impacts serotonin levels and social confidence. How do we turn the desert back into a forest? We need a 3D biological approach. 1. Block the silent disruptor, DHT. Stop miniaturization. 2. Feed the factory with high-grade minerals to maximize production. And 3. Stimulate the irrigation system so blood can carry those supplies to the deepest roots. This triple action approach is 4.5 times more effective than using a single treatment. Those new sprouts, that's confidence restored in real time. The earlier you start, the more reserves you keep for your future. Don't let apathy destroy an ecosystem you should be proud of. Science is the shortcut to preserving your youth span. Dead roots are the past. Living roots are the future you choose today. Lower sugar, manage stress, and feed the roots. That's how you save your forest. Knowledge is the most powerful shield against aging. Thanato Lab.